Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our WNCT Now late afternoon news update. I'm Kelsey O'Donnell, broadcasting live today from inside the digital studio with some of today's top news headlines. Now, we're monitoring a developing story this afternoon out of Nash County. Our sister station in Raleigh is confirming a Nash County deputy has been shot and a suspect is in custody. It happened along Interstate 95 southbound by mile marker 145. That area was closed off for a few hours this afternoon for an investigation. We don't know yet the condition of the deputy or the events that led up to the incident. However, we do know that deputy has been transported to Vidant Medical Center. Coming up this afternoon in our newscast, reporter Caroline Boyer will give us a live update from outside of Vidant Medical Center. In other news, 3 drug traffickers pled guilty in Craven County Superior Court. 34-year-old Matthew Messer, pictured up here on the left-hand side of your screen, 30-year-old Bradley Clark, and 31-year-old Michael Dunlow pled guilty to drug trafficking, firearm offenses, and other related charges. Clark and Dunlow are sentenced to a minimum of 70 months in prison and fined $50,000. Additionally, Messer is prosecuted as a felon, which enhanced his sentence to a minimum of 146 months in prison. He's also fined $50,000. In our afternoon school watch, state lawmakers are pressing forward with a bill to require schools to offer the option of in-person learning. Governor Roy Cooper is recommending students be allowed back, but he's not forcing districts to do that. Republican State Senator Deanna Ballard says the governor's recommendation is, quote, a lot of words without action. Her bill would require K-12 districts to offer an in-person option under Plan A or Plan B with remote learning options. The state's latest guidance calls for the students to be in person 5 days a week, but under Plan B, which includes 6 feet of social distancing. Today, the bill will be voted on. It will determine whether or not it will give schools about $1.6 billion to help with the cost of reopening. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at Black History Month and some of the latest Super Bowl 55 picks. We'll be right back.
Tired, winding down from a long day dealing with... Get the news you need at 11 to finish your day out right.
A lot can happen between 6 and 11, but we've got you covered.
From preparing the most up-to-date forecast in our weather center so you know what to expect in the morning, to continuing to follow stories that impact you and covering live breaking news.
9 on Your Side at 11 is here for you.
Join us weeknights on 9 on Your Side News at 11.
Welcome in. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're just now joining us, I'm Kelsey O'Donnell inside the digital studio with some of today's top news headlines. Now, 9 on Your Side continues to celebrate Black History Month. On this day, in 1913, civil rights activist Rosa Parks was born. She was involved in one of the first major incidents of the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Her refusal sparked a boycott against the discrimination Black people were facing on public transportation and in the country. The boycott, led by a young Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., lasted more than a year. She became a recognized symbol for action in an effort to end racial segregation. Super Bowl 55 is almost here, and experts are getting their predictions ready. Down in Tampa, there are a few experts that have a near-perfect track record when it comes to Super Bowl predictions. AJ McCord has the story.
Picking first, we have the newest expert here in Tampa, Jane the River Otter.
She is a very enthusiastic otter, so she tends to pick the better of the two.
Jane's only been in the prediction game for a year, but she's batting 1,000, and her people have so much confidence in her, they're already comparing her to someone else near and dear to Tampa's heart.
Brady, for sure.
Jane making her pick with almost the same certainty as her trainer predicted. Oh, she changes her mind at the last minute. Swayed by the home crowd, she picks the Buccaneers. Up next, often known as one of the smartest marine mammals, he hasn't lost in more than a year. Please welcome Nick the Dolphin.
He is on a 6-streak win right now. One of Nicholas's strengths is definitely his picks. He is excellent with his football and sports picks.
Nick, with no hesitation, heading straight for the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh man, that's not going to go over well in these pirate-infested waters. The tiebreaker comes down to Buffett the Manatee.
Oh, he's definitely a beefer. He weighs about 1,800 pounds.
The veteran marine mammal has the record to show his savvy, 10-2, reminding those who know him best of one of Tampa's favorite sons.
Maybe like Warren Sapp.
He certainly knows where his lettuce comes from. Buffett picking the hometown Bucks.
We'll have continued Super Bowl coverage all day, every day leading up to Sunday. So stay with us right here on WNCT for all of your Super Bowl 55 headlines and more. Coming up on Friday, we'll air a special Super Bowl 55 segment right here on WNCT.com. That will do it for our WNCT Now late afternoon news update. Be sure to stick around for our newscast coming up this afternoon at 5. Thanks for watching.